Yo, what up here? How you doing, guys? My name is Sangiev. Today we are back with another episode of Monthly Favourites, this time featuring the month of July. Man, it's been such a long time since I've been standing here talking to you guys. It feels good to be back. Monthly Favourites is where I showcase my recent pickups, the music that I've been listening to, the movies that I've seen, the books that I've read, and anything else in between. So, if you wish to... I don't know where I was going with that point. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to click that subscribe button down below. I upload videos twice a week in regards to men's fashion. So if you wish to be kept up to date and know when I upload, don't forget to do so. And if you enjoy this content, don't do it just yet, but at the end of the video or whenever you decide to click off, if you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a thumbs up because it helps me a lot. Thank you. To start this video, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Bradford Watch Company, which is actually the first thing that I'm going to be speaking about. Now, I know that a lot of YouTubers get hit up with watch companies. Man, it's almost becoming a joke, the amount of watch companies that hit us up in regards to promotional material and whatever. A lot of them get turned down, but there are certain watch companies that actually come clean and they do some really sick design. Now, me personally, because I don't want to fully dive into the watch game just yet because I know it's dangerous, truth be told, I'm not in that lane yet. I'm not in that financial lane to be dropping 10, 20, 30k on a watch. So for that reason, I like my watches to be kept very simple, very clean, quote, quote, minimalistic. And so this is where this brand comes in perfectly for me. I was given the opportunity to choose some watches from them. They've got 2 stars at the moment, one called the Claypool, the other one called the Taylor. I went for the Taylor because, as mentioned, it looks a lot cleaner, very minimalistic, and it kind of gives off a luxury vibe to it, even though it's priced very affordably. I'm currently wearing it. I've been wearing it for a while now. Very, very understated. So I've got 2 watches. One of them is this guy, black leather, polished steel, white face, super clean. It doesn't scream at you. It's very understated, which is precisely what I want. And with a watch like this, where the leather is black and the house, is that what they call it? The case, sorry, is steel. It kind of goes with my accessory. I wear a lot of silver, you guys already know that, and so it's not too much of a clash. The second watch, however, that I have from them, again, the Taylor. This time I went for the brown with the rose gold case. This is to be worn on more formal occasions, especially when I'm wearing more navies, more blues. It just works better. Brown and gold are 2 colours that work really well, as opposed to brown and stainless steel. Obviously, personal preferences come into play, and I'm not going to tell you what to choose, but if you wanted to, go take a look. I'll leave the links to everything I've mentioned in the description box down below, and because they were so kind, they're actually offering us and my viewers $50 off per watch. In essence, these watches retail for $150. You're paying just $100 for a very clean, minimalistic looking watch, and man, you cannot go wrong. It even like tells you the date, you know what I mean? Who pulls up their phone to check the calendar? Boom, check your watch, done deal. Bradford Watch Company, Taylor's, and I'll be sure to plaster the discount code right here in the middle for you guys to take advantage of this. The second item I'd like to talk to you about has actually been sat in my wardrobe for well over 2 years now. I don't believe I've ever spoken about it. I've showcased it in my previous video, which is why it's here today. If you've watched the outfit diaries in Cannes with the boys, which by the way, thank you ever so much for your kind words, the support, and all the banter on it. It was sick. Thank you. I appreciate that. This is one of the hats that was featured in a lot of my looks, and a lot of you guys asked me questions in regards to it. So here it is. It is from Lock & Co, which is a British hat maker based on Jermyn Street, I want to say. Don't quote me, but I'm fairly confident it's Jermyn Street. London's oldest hat maker, if not the world's oldest hat maker. I know it's definitely London's oldest. Could potentially even be the world's. They do some beautiful handcrafted work. Pricey, yes, but you'll be able to wear it for a very long time. As I've said, I've had this hat for 2 years now, well over 2 years, and I literally intend on wearing it for as many years as it comes until it starts going in crazy pieces. But even then, they kind of offer this restringing service, which works out cheaper than purchasing a new hat. This is their Panama hat. Retails at $250. I know some may consider it to be quite steep for a hat, but look at it as an investment. This is their wide brim version. Just because their smaller brim was just meh, this kind of gives off a very Cuban gangster, not Cuban gangster, just straight up gangster vibe to it. I love this hat, man. I've worn it so much during the holiday. It just finishes off any look, especially during that summer. This is what it looks like on my head. You can tilt it slightly if you want to go for that more gangster vibe, which is what I was doing like an idiot, but I didn't give a because it looks sick. You can obviously do that not really feeling it when it's, if you have longer hair and you let the hair fall down, this makes sense, but for the time being, I'm not too keen. I just wear it straight on. Boom. Sizing, this is a size 57, which is equivalent to size medium. I'd love to own a lot more Lock & Co hats, but they are pricey for some hats. So once I start making that real money, then I'll be purchasing more. Sticking with the accessories theme, I've got a bag that I'd like to show you. Boom. It is from Velextra. A lot of you guys asked me if you've either seen it on my Instagram, on my videos, especially in the Can Outfit Diaries. Again, this was featured in one of the looks. It's called the Invisible North-South bag in a black colorway. Now I know that I may have, no, it's not even I may have, I definitely have expressed my opinions in regards to crossbody bags. It might have been negative to a certain extent, some of them. Some styles suck, and that's the truth. Like in the previous video, you see James wearing one. That one is from Prada. Not the biggest fan. It has grown on me over time as he's worn it, but I'm still not like, I wouldn't drop £400 on that bag, which is how much he did, if I recall properly. Then you've got Enzo's side pouch, which is kind of like this whole hipster sport, like mixing sport into fashion type thing. Maybe growing up in France in the suburbs, this is what everyone used to carry, and we used to call it a sacoche, which I'm sure a lot of French people might recall. Man, as kids, that's what we used to do. We used to have a sacoche. It used to be from whatever brand, and obviously if it was from Nike or Adidas, it means you were balling. If it was from some dead brands, then you were just struggling, to be honest with you. And I remember mine being from dead brand, and I'd be like, oh fuck, this bag, it's a piece of shit. And then I grew up, I see that bag and I still associate it to a very ghetto hood. I don't mean that in a bad way, but that's just how I see it. I don't know, man, it just looks so much cleaner. It's so clean looking, black leather. It just looks good, do you know what I mean? It looks clean. I had to do a knot in here just to make it shorter and make the length right for me so that it sits perfectly where I want it, which is just about here. Compartments and stuff, you've got one back compartment, little pouch. This is where I usually leave my passport. Then you've got a zipped compartment, which has more space. I mean, this just has some notes at the moment, but this has space for, again, your phone if you wanted to, and then you've got 3 spaces for card holders where you can put 3 cards. And then last but certainly not the least, you've got this little bit here. I don't really like to put anything in here just because they're super hard to get to, so right now I've got some plasters just because you never know when you're gonna need some plasters, man. Super nice bag. Yes, it is pricey. I mean, it's from Velextra. They do some incredible leather goods, so the prices are often reflected on their goods. This one, I believe, retails for £525. Thing of beauty, really subtle. Man, today's all about subtlety, except for the hat, which is far from subtle. Besides that, the watch and this, super subtle pieces. Moving on. And last but certainly not the least, for fashion favorites, I'd actually like to talk about these bangers real quick. Uniqlo, £5, dry, packaged basic crew neck t-shirts. A lot of you guys were asking me for my basics. These are so clean. £5, you really, I know it's being super washed out. £5, you really cannot go wrong. And in the basic colors, you can literally pair them up with anything. White with a shirt, black with a shirt. They do the work. Tuck them in, leave them out. I buy them in a variety of sizes, as you can see. This one is a size extra large, this one's a size large, and this one's a size medium. Medium is my true size, large, extra large for a more oversized fit, depending on what I'm going for. That's my basic t-shirt. Moving away from all that fashion talks, it brings us to the music favorites section of the monthly favorites. This is where I showcase 10 songs that I've been vibing to throughout the month. Some of them are new, some of them are old. It's just a vibe, so enjoy.
Snakes in the grass, but I'll walk. I got some new boots on the back, it says golf. Won't spin it, then flex on me. Put a curse of hex on me. Scratch up. All we hear is siren, stain fire. Hold your head higher. Build a suit and build an empire. Ain't nothing changed but my chain and my chain. Girl, what you saying? Ready for someone else. Ooh, don't kill my vibe. Oh, wrong in the village, Machado, bitch, I'm the ticket. You just hit the lotto. Pulling up with the crew. I drip, smoke a spliff, and getting them draws. Paid the cost to be the boss. Bull and floss. Jesus died, he nailed himself into the cross.
And then to conclude this video, let's move on to movie favourites. Now I know that I mentioned books beforehand. I'm reading this guy. I have not yet properly dived into it, hence why there is actually no recommendation for book favourites for this month. I do apologise. However, if you're curious to know what I'm reading, it is The Art of War by Sun Tzu, translated by Thomas Cleary. Great book according to Amazon reviews, very famous one as well, I believe. A lot of people have read it. I mean, there is a certain theme in the books that I read, and some people might see that as like, this guy or this kid is obsessed with power and status and all that shit. I just find that shit interesting, me personally. Someone else also said that. Someone said you should rename a series called Me Personally, because I say that often, which is very true. Me personally, yes, me personally, that. Anyway, movie favourite. Moving on to Dunkirk, however, and I know this is a very unpopular opinion. Beautiful movie, extremely well shot, sonically incredible. Obviously, if you have a man like Hans doing bits for you, then it's gonna sound absolutely insane. And you've got Christopher Nolan behind the camera as a director. Story / plot. In my opinion, man, me personally, it was poor. It just was naff. Like, there was nothing to it. Like, I mean, yes, obviously they take you on this journey, and it's supposed to be very intense. I might be one of the few here, but I genuinely did not feel like I was there. A lot of Christopher Nolan's movies, they almost create this universe, and they make you feel as though you were in that moment. The characters take you on this emotional journey, and at times I wanted to feel bad. I wanted to feel on the edge of my seat, but it just wasn't happening. Like, Dunkirk did not hit those notes for me. Visually and sonically, incredible. In terms of story and plot, it was just a bit naff. So because of that reason, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. It was still a decent watch, but as mentioned previously, not one that I will rewatch, at least not for any time soon. Like, for me, Christopher Nolan, I'm thinking The Dark Knight, Inception, Interstellar, which I know a lot of people weren't too keen on, but man, Interstellar was such an incredible movie. And perhaps it's me setting the expectations too high whenever I hear Christopher Nolan is directing a movie, but I just was expecting a lot more for Dunkirk. That is that for this video. Monthly favourite. Thank you very much for your continuous support, man. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to drop me any messages or think I missed out on anything, or think I should check out anything, do let me know in the comment section down below. As mentioned, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. It helps me a lot. If you wish to be kept up to date as to when I upload, don't forget to click that subscribe button. If you wish to follow me on my social media, everything will be in this corner right here. Sangiev. That is on my Twitter, my Instagram. With that being said, I'm going to conclude this video right here. I shall see you on Sunday for a pickup video. Actually, there's a few pickup videos coming up because I've been shopping a fair amount. Hence why I didn't include them all in this monthly favourites, because I wanted to do a video about them. Have a beautiful day. Take care. Peace.